It blew me.
Hey there. Let's talk about the man that reinvented the Zelda series 3 times, Eiji Aonuma. Now, Eiji Aonuma came from humble beginnings where he learned the ancient craft of woodworking from his father. He used this to get into the Tokyo University of Fine Arts. He did manage to graduate with a degree in composition where he specialized in creating karakuri, which were unique Japanese ceremonial puppets that would have mechanical gears and be used to perform certain tasks, like carrying a teapot over to you when it was placed on the puppet's hands. Now, the samples of his work were actually inspiring, and he showed them to Miyamoto, which landed him a job at Nintendo, and get this, without even having played a video game before. Isn't that crazy? Now, Eiji reinvented 3 different Zelda games. Firstly, you have Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, where he commanded a 1-year development cycle, took the old game of Ocarina of Time, reused some assets, but made a lovely, beautiful game that people actually enjoy because of its dark undertones and super interesting time travel mechanic. The second game you reinvented was Wind Waker, where they took the classic Link and transformed him into a cartoon little guy that kind of sails on a boat. And people were kind of apprehensive at first, but if you look at the results, people ended up loving Wind Waker and how fluid its gameplay was as well. Lastly, the third thing he reinvented was our lovely Breath of the Wild that kind of launched with the Switch, and basically by taking the core gameplay mechanics of Zelda, which had that, exploration, dungeon mechanics, the power-ups and all of that, but putting it into an open world that gave the player freedom of choices, which is something they didn't have before, was an amazing addition to the game and really took players by surprise and got a lot of new fans into Zelda. So what can we learn from our good friend Eiji Aonuma? Well, I think the success lies in the games that I didn't talk about. As you see, with every new Zelda title, he took a risk, but kept the core gameplay loop the same. You know, that feeling when you open a chest in Zelda, the feeling where you explore things with Link, that's never changing. But one of them was on a boat sailing around. Some of them have 4 players where it's a co-op game. And some of them, even as the most recent one, you can play as Zelda. Finally, you can play as the name of the game. It's crazy. And you know what else is crazy? Zelda fans. I remember not liking Eiji Aonuma last year because he said he wanted to continue doing open world Zelda. And I was like, wait a minute, what about my 2D Zelda? What about my cute abilities? What about playing as Zelda maybe? And then a year later, he releases Echoes of Wisdom, which is everything I just described. So, I think the moral of the story is, as a consumer and a fan, you have to let the artist, and again, that's what Eiji Aonuma started at. He started as a woodworking artist who made puppets. You have to let the artists make their art, because at the end of the day, if they made something you liked before, odds are the next thing, even though it's a risk and an experiment, you're probably going to like it again. So just let them cook, give them that chance.